What it do, boo? Welcome back to my channel. My name's Megan. Today we're going to be going over the new Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Balm Powder. Very weird words to put together. And we're also going to be going over the new Saie Concealer. Let's go ahead and just jump into it. Let's talk about complexion. I'm sure a lot of you know skincare is everything when it comes to makeup. So this morning I did my skincare routine, let that soak in for about 5 to 10 minutes, and then I put on my sunscreen and let that soak in for about 5 to 10 minutes. You really want to let it set in before putting on your makeup because that is how you get that nice smooth complexion. There's been many days where my complexion has looked like broken up or slipping or all these different things that it's honestly down to skincare. You can see I'm super dewy. Got my skincare going on. Let's go ahead and start with the Saie Slip Tint Tinted Moisturizer. I've got the shade 3.5, and I do believe this is a little too dark for me, but hopefully it'll match my skin tone throughout the summer. I think on one of my videos, I might do like the battle of the skin tints because there's so many skin tints out there. It's just, which one's the best, you know? And obviously everyone likes different skin tints because everyone has different skin and, you know, what works for me might not work for you. I can at least do what works for me, and I have normal to dry skin leaning dry. This actually looks really good. It is incredibly dewy. Incredibly. So I would not, you know what, let me pull my hair back, hold on. So I would not necessarily wear this on its own, but it's pretty, it is pretty. The Slip Tint does have SPF 35 sunscreen in it, which is pretty cool. So it says helps prevent sunburn. If used as directed other than sun protection, it decreases the risk of skin cancer and early aging. I do highly recommend putting on sunscreen. I still put on sunscreen. I'm not getting dark spots, like we're not doing that again. I do recommend sunscreen. And I guess that's it. It just basically says it's a sunscreen, a moisturizer, and a skin tint. Let's move on to the Saie concealers. I have seen a lot of people love these, but I've also seen a lot of people have to use 2 different colors because the colors are like on opposite ends of the spectrum, like super light and super dark. So not super dark, but you know, like yellowy. I've got the shade HB1 and HB2. And I'm going to show you the difference between these colors. It's kind of crazy. Hopefully you can see the difference between the two. Down here is 2 and up here is 1. And to me, I think it's like a drastic difference. I couldn't use 2 and I don't think I could use 1 alone. So I am going to use both of them together. And I'm just going to, I'm not going to waste what's on my hand. So I'm going to take both of those. So it does do pretty good. I can see a big difference between the 2 eyes of coverage wise. So it definitely covers up some of my dark circles, which I don't have crazy dark circles, but you can definitely see the difference between the 2. I don't necessarily know if it is agreeing with maybe my sunscreen, or it could be the oil that I used underneath the sunscreen. So I think maybe it's not agreeing with something 100%, but I'm gonna go ahead and set it real quick so we can see the difference between both eyes. I'm gonna use the Jaclyn X Robin powder. This powder has quickly become a favorite of mine. And I'm gonna use a little puff. And I always take it and rub it on the back of my hand to make sure I don't have too much. And then I'm just gonna set it. And always look up to make sure there's no creasing. Always make sure you pat the excess off before placing the powder down, otherwise you're setting those creases. Wow, not bad.
Not bad, not bad.
I definitely think something's not agreeing with each other there, but you can still see the coverage, and that is really good coverage. Like really good. I hope it's coming across on the camera how it is in real life because that's really good coverage. That's nice. I like that a lot. Okay, so I went ahead and got my daughter's tablet. I wanted to look up the Saie website real quick because I was pretty sure it was a clean brand, and it is. This is called the Saie Hydrabeam Concealer. It says, meet the skin enhancing face filtering concealer from the future. Packed with clinically tested powerhouse ingredients, Hydrabeam is your ultra hydrating concealer that covers just enough and illuminates a lot. I can definitely tell this is a hydrating concealer. It doesn't seem like they're making those ultra thick concealers as much as they used to, because back in 2018, that's what was most popular. You know, you wanted that just caked on look for some reason. Okay, for the skin tint, it says, just like I said, okay, so the hyaluronic acid deeply hydrates, the licorice root extract brightens and refines, the 100% mineral zinc oxide offers clean SPF protection. I use mineral zinc oxide in my sunscreens. That's the kind of sunscreen I like. And then it says pansy flower fights free radicals and delivers antioxidants. Okay, so that's cool on the sunscreen. Oops. In the Hydrabeam, it says, our unique formula has a lightweight whipped gel texture that blurs, brightens, and creates a fresh and glowing finish under eye and anywhere else you please. 91% agreed. Yo, here we go again with the studies. Okay, so out of 33 women, 33. 91% agreed Hydrabeam brightened and illuminated. 91% agreed the skin around the under eye felt hydrated and moisturized. 84% agreed that it blurred the imperfections around the eye over time. Guys, 33 women, 4 weeks. 4 weeks. And then they can put these claims on their boxes, on their website. I could probably do a whole video on these freaking studies. I hate them. I really do. And I'm not trying to be negative Nancy here. I just don't like the studies because it feels like they can like dupe people into buying their products. Not just Saie. I mean anybody. It's all brands and I just don't love it. I actually thoroughly enjoyed the concealer. I think it works really well. Let me go ahead and do the other eye and then we'll move on to the Yummy Skin. I did want to mention how it's already sinking into my crevices. That is normal. I don't think people realize, like, a lot of these concealer brands will be like, oh, it doesn't sink into your wrinkles. Yes, it does. Everything does. They're wrinkles. They are folds of skin. That sounds disgusting, but they are folds of skin. Stuff's gonna get in between them. It's normal. So I don't knock a concealer if that happens. So I can see that it's starting to happen. I typically just put eyeshadow over it. So let's go ahead and move on to the Yummy Skin. Here is the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Balm Powder. It comes with this little spoon so that you can scoop out the product for sanitary reasons. And I think that's really cute. I like that it came with that, but mine keeps falling out and I don't like that. If you've been here for a while, you might notice that I skipped like 2 videos because I just wasn't feeling myself. I did use this because I couldn't wait, and I'm not gonna tell you how I liked it yet, but this did keep falling out. I thought it was kind of annoying. This is what the actual product looks like. There are 11 shades, one being fully transparent to one being pretty deep. Oh, here is pretty deep, but she does say that there is a range of like who can use it. I might be at a lighter skin tone, but I can use like 1 through 3. So I do think that's really cool because it's a powder. It's not, so let me see, hold on, what is it? This says a texture reducing, coverage boosting, blurring balm that balances oils throughout the day while maintaining hydration. It can be worn as a primer, worn alone, or worn as like sort of like a skin tint if you get the tinted balm. This groundbreaking balm to powder formula is powered by the Swedish super ingredient Upsolite. I believe that's how you say it. The cutting edge technology balances sebum and reduces oils throughout the day for a natural clean glow. This petal-like texture feels like a balm but sets as a powder for long-lasting shine-free look. The Upsolite balances and absorbs sebum and sweat while maintaining skin's hydration. The olive-derived squalene, known to balance oil production and diminish signs of aging. And then the hyaluronic acid promotes hydration. So I actually did watch her Instagram live where she was saying what it is and putting it on a model and showing the brush that she uses, which is, it like warms my heart, honestly. It is the Rosenbin C41 brush. If you've been here for a while, you know how much I love Rose. I think she's absolutely amazing, and her brushes are even better. So she said she's tried a lot of stuff and this is the brush that puts it on the best. So I already had it, which is good, and I am, for sanitary reasons, gonna scoop it out with this and put it on the back of my hand. And I'm gonna start on this side. And she did say you don't need very much, that a little goes a long way. And she said you could even use it on your eyes to cover up veins, which that's so cool. Okay, so hold up. It's not mixing with the powder that I put underneath. Ooh. You know what? I'm actually going to take all this off real quick, and then I'm going to come back with the same ingredients without the powder. Give me 1 second. So, good to know, it does not mix well with other powders. Okay, now we are at the exact part we were at before without powder. So let's go ahead and try this again. And I did get shade 2, which there's transparent and 1 below it. And you know what? I really I hate messing up like that, where I have to take off my makeup and restart, especially on film. But I like to keep it in there because it's real. I would have done that in real life just like I would on a video. So I don't like to take that kind of stuff out because I feel like it's deceiving if I was to come on here and be like, oh, I did it perfectly and you should do it perfectly. False. I don't know. Like with this skin tint, I don't like it. But when I used it previously, which I only used it once, I used a foundation that wasn't super liquidy, and then I put it over it and it looked beautiful, beautiful. But I'm not loving it on the skin tint. Oh, I hate to take it off again, but let me try it one more time with a foundation that's thicker. I use the Kosas Revealer Skin Improving Foundation and the Lawless Conceal the Deal Concealer. This is self-setting, so I'm gonna try to do it without putting powder under my eyes. I hate messing up on makeup because I feel like, oh, if I'm doing it wrong, then I must be doing something wrong. It's not the product, it's me. False. Sometimes it can be the product. So while this sets in, I will tell you, if I want like a super, super dewy face, or if I'm going to the pool and I'm not gonna like put much on, I could see me using this a lot this summer. I do think it works really well, especially together. I'm gonna try to see if I don't put sunscreen all the way up to my eyes, if maybe this will set a little differently, because I typically do put sunscreen everywhere. But I also don't put my face out in the sun anymore. So if I go all the way up to like just right under my eyes, I'm gonna see what it looks like. I would prefer not to do that. I feel like I shouldn't have to do that because I don't have to do that with other products. But I'm gonna try it, play with it a little bit, see what I can figure out, and then I'll obviously let everyone know down in the description. So I've got about 4 days that I can use this and play with it to really get like a grasp of it. I'll let you know what I think of it. I feel like I've given this enough time to kind of set in, so I'm going to try this again. Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Again, I use the Kosas Revealer Skin Improving Foundation, which the first time I ever used the Balm powder, this isn't what I used. I used something else. So now we know with thicker foundations, it does work because this looks good. Like super good. Not too glowy, not too set. Bitch. So I'm actually really happy that I decided to take everything off and retry it with a foundation because as of right now, this looks good. Like really good. Let me go ahead and finish my face real quick and I'll be right back. All right, so this is my final look. My lips look bomb right now. I did want to mention my hair. I did dye it. It's pink and peach. I think it's kind of cute. At first I hated it and now I'm like, cool. I already went over the Saie products. I definitely need to get a better grasp on them, but by the time this video goes out, it'll already be in the description box if I like it or not. I think I'm gonna like it, but I have to play around with it first. And then as for the Yummy Skin Blur Powder, I personally love it. I do think it's gonna be you either love it or hate it. It's kind of hard to get a hang of it first. First off, I do think this makes a major difference in the application. So I do recommend if you're gonna get the Blur Balm to possibly get that brush because it does do a really good job of it. Guys, my skin looks gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous right now. Ooh, my skin looks super good. So I know for a fact the self-setting concealer, the Kosas foundation, and the Yummy Balm is like amazing. Amazing. Before the foundation that I used previously, it was the LYS foundation. It's in like a triangle. Well, everything's in triangles for them, but it's just their only foundation. Amazing too, which is why I came onto this and I was like, yo, I'm about to blow their minds. It's amazing. But that's not what happened. So I think maybe it just didn't set well with each other. It happens. There's actually a lot of products out there that don't fit really well with each other, and people think that both products that they don't like, and that's not it. It could be that they just don't vibe well with each other. I really truly do like the Yummy Skin Blur Balm. I think it's innovative. I think it's really cool. I like it. Every video I try to put on perfume and do a daily affirmation. My perfume today is kind of different. So it's not so much perfume, and oddly enough, I found it at a Goodwill, but I wanted to mention it so I could give y'all like a little piece of me. It is the Secret Tropical Radiance Body Spray. I personally don't even know if they make this anymore, but backstory to this is I lived in Italy from 5th grade to almost like 10th grade, but like half the year in 10th grade. So I think it was like 4.5 years, something like that. I used to wear this all the time. It was like my go-to body spray. And it just, I don't even like to use that much of it because, oh my gosh, it actually like makes me want to cry because it brings back so many fond memories I had living in Italy. It was amazing. I used to use this body spray and I also used to use the deodorant. So it was like full-on tropical scents all day long. And so it just reminds me of Italy so much. And so I don't like to spray it very often because I don't think they make it anymore, but it's just good memories all around. So it's one of my favorite scents from my childhood. I'm actually gonna have to read this one off because it's a little bit longer. I trust myself to make the right decision. I have the tools and abilities that I need to do so. I really like that daily affirmation. Life is hard. Man, life is hard. And every day we're having to make decisions, obviously. But some days it's harder to make the big decisions. So I personally feel like I have the tools to make the decisions I need in my life. One of those tools, this is weird. One of those tools is my husband. He's a very smart, realistic, like no bullshit type of person. And so I know for a fact if I go to him, he's going to help me figure out what I need to do about whatever situation that is. So between him and then my other family members and myself and my own opinions, I feel like we always come up with like really, really good, strong, great foundation type of decisions. If it's something big, you know what I mean? So I know that I have those type of tools. And then I also know I have the tools inside of me because I just feel like I'm a pretty well-rounded person. So I know that I have the tools inside of me to make those decisions. And if I don't have those tools, I will reach out to someone who does have those tools. And I hope that you would do the same. You also have the tools to make those type of decisions. If you don't know how to handle a situation, ask somebody who might be able to help you. Ask somebody who might have that knowledge on that situation. Reach out to people. Don't just sit there and bottle everything up and then stress out over like, is this the right decision or not? Honestly, life is a gamble. You're never gonna know if it's the right decision until it's already done. So I trust myself to make the right decision, and I also know that I have the tools to make the right decision. If that's myself, if that's other people, if that's reaching out to, forums, stuff like that. I have the trust in myself to make the right decisions. I have trust in the people around me to help me make the right decisions. So I know that you can trust yourself to make the right decision, and if you can't, reach out to somebody. That's it for me today. If you've made it this far, thank you so much. It truly does help the YouTube algorithm. The longer you watch the video, the more it helps me out. Liking, sharing, and subscribing also help the YouTube algorithm. As always, please like, share, subscribe, and if you want to follow along on typically Mondays and Thursdays, but sometimes it's on different days because of my health and just life in general, but I do post 2 days a week. Go ahead and smash that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any future uploads. All right, y'all. Bye. Okay, bye.